Okay, so here's just a quick video explaining the very basics of how to allocate a book or books to your students and then how to assess their progress. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is go up to the assessment tab here in the top and go over and click on Bug Club. Okay, so here the next thing you will do is make sure that your class is selected. Okay, in this case, I made an example class for our purposes. And here you'll see the students in your class, the book band that they're currently on, which we'll discuss in a second. Tells you the number of books that they've finished. In this case, they haven't finished any. Quizzes they've completed, and how many of those quizzes, those bug questions they've answered green, completely correct, or amber, which means that they got it wrong the first time, and then they fixed it and got it right, and red, which means that they didn't get it correct at all. Okay, so let's just start then with looking at their progress since I've kind of been talking about that. So let's go in and check out Jane Doe. Okay, now here you'll see the name of the book, you'll see the book that they're reading. You can look all the way over here and see when they opened it, the date and time. And then here you're going to see um, the results of their comprehension questions and how they answered them. So if you see a green circle, okay, then that just means that they got it correct the first time they tried. A yellow circle means that they got it wrong the first time and then they got it correct the next time. And if you ever see a red, you'll see a red one in the next example. That means that they didn't get it correct at all. Now, sometimes, especially in the later levels, the higher levels, reading bands, they'll start to answer questions with written answers. So I made a few examples here. All right. So here you'll see the question they were asked and their response. Okay. Now, if you haven't read the book, there's a little handy link here that will bring you a PDF which shows you all of the questions that require written responses and the correct answers or possible correct answers. So in this case, um, I had the example child answer it very well. Complete sentence, capital letters, full stops. It just all depends on what your targets are for that child. Um, in this case, we have a really solid answer, which I read, and I can leave a comment here if I want. I can say, I loved how you um, responded in full sentences, etc. And I would give them a green mark. Okay. So then later, when they go back, they'll be able to see the response, the assessment that I made, and my response. Now here, I made another example where um, the answer was just sort of barely satisfactory. Where do you think Itchy has gone? Refer to the text and explain why you think this is. And the student just said Oskabin's house. So they didn't explain why, they didn't write in a complete sentence, and maybe that was my goals with this child. So I might give them an amber mark and then explain why. Please, correct answer. However, please respond in full sentences or complete sentences. Okay, and then I could give them an amber mark. Right, so that's how you assess them. Now, how to allocate books in the first place? Well, on this same page, so again, we're here just in the Bug Club area, and we're going to click on allocate book bands. Okay, so here we have well, it looks like my time is going to run out, so I will continue in a part two.